That's
Not up.
good drop, not up.
Game, Enica burnt. Morgan and Sikora lead 3-2, first set.
All right, good job by Enica and Berendt to sort of right the sloppy ship in the beginning there. A few missed errors, but that'll happen from time to time.
Yeah, maybe they look much more settled down now.
But I like Morgan and Sikora. They're just going about their business. It's so funny, though, because you look at Morgan and Sikora, they're all bundled up still, and Enica and Berendt are, you know, stripping down, running all over.
Which is funny because Morgan and Sikora are the ones who had that long match.
Well, interestingly
15
enough, that
love.
could be why it's taken them longer to get their body up and going again.
Yeah, yeah.
They got a half-hour turnaround from that match to this?
I think it was closer to 45 minutes, but
Yeah.
ooh.
Ooh. Oh, look at that. She goes at her, and what hands?
I would have been scared. She's lying on the ground. Roxy's got that ball to go right at her. Handled it beautifully.
Yeah, those things can be disconcerting to the opponents, even. Oh, great play off the nick. I think that was a let cord and out.
I bet it was because
30
Allison
love.
Morgan doesn't miss many volleys like that for no reason.
And you can see at the top of her, the very top, another quarterfinal just went on. Krop and Spiz against the number 2 seeds of Dardis.
30-15.
So we'll bring you some of that action possibly along the way. And certainly keep you updated on scores when we get them. Lob. Ooh. Now both those drops, you know, that was very
40,
dangerous.
15.
She got away with it, but dangerous shot. Oh, there's a move, but I think in that one she's coming in right into the
40,
angle of
30.
the sun, and she just couldn't make it. Great shot there from Morgan. Deuce.
So we have an
Deuce.
upset in the women's round of 16. The number 3 seeds, Jessica Guillot and Florentina Hanisch, lost in 3 sets to Macy Elliott and Marcela Rodesno Hernandez. So that was a great match to watch, and
Advantage, Miss Sikora.
the number 3 seeds are out.
Yep, we watched a bit of that. Macy Elliott from Darienne's a new player. She's gotten very good, very solid. Chance for a break. All right, and there it is from basically
Game,
40-15
Morgan,
up. They get
Sikora.
the next 4 points, Sikora and Morgan.
They
Great
lead
job.
4-2, first set.
Nice rip
Love
there
15.
from Berendt. That's
would
the
you
one
say-
thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, well, I was going to say Berendt and Enica have gears. They can go to another gear. And we'll see if that happens now. That's what it looked like to me. She ripped that back in.
Well, that's sort of what I was going to ask you. I was going to say, do you think this is more of Morgan and Sikora playing well, or
15 all.
Enica and Berendt just not really shifting into their top level yet?
I think it's Enica and Berendt not shifting into their top level. And also, because they're so good, I don't always think they look at that. And those things do turn the course of
30,
matches some of the
15.
time. There's another let cord for a ace, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think also Enica and Berendt, because they're so good, they don't always think about how they're playing their other opponents. They don't worry about if they give Sikora backhands or not. It doesn't seem they just keep going, and they think they're gonna, take it over in the end because they are that good.
Ball was wide.
So I think it's a little bit of a combination. Morgan and Sikora playing well. Berendt and Enica also
15.
giving a few shots that allow them to play well, and on top of that, Berendt and Enica just missing some. We'll see what happens. The last match, you said there were large swings, and it was hard to tell if somebody was going to close it out or not close it out.
The thing about
Game.
Morgan and Sikora
They
is
lead
they
5
take
games
away
to 2.
the
First
two
set.
best attributes Enica and Berendt have, is that they can absorb power
Mm-hmm.
and they're quick. If you're not quick against Morgan and Enica, and you can't absorb power, you're in huge trouble. You're just going to get blown off the court. But they're really making them play.
New balls in play.
Hey, this is a great start, and they're up 5-2 now, and we all know the hardest thing in the game to do is to actually close the set out now. So we'll see what happens. And then the last match, so what happened in the first set?
Morgan and Sikora played really errorless, pretty much, and Bodman Hayward didn't have a great set.
And they beat them 6-love, but then we saw the comeback in the second, then they were down in the third, and then they made the comeback at the end.
Yeah, Bodman Hayward really raised their level, and Morgan and Sikora had to raise their level, and they really did at the end.
Just long.
30-15.
Backhand.
I'm sorry,
She hits that
30
shot
love.
Terrifically. Oh, let court again. Great return. Perfect form.
30-15.
Enica saw Morgan come on the
30
blitz. She
all.
tried to hit behind her.
It's a great move.
Yeah.
She's serving right to Sikora's backhand, though. You think that's on purpose?
No.
There it is. Our first set points.
30-40.
All right. Set point for Sikora here. See if she serves it to the backhand, and Sikora tees it up again. Better serve to the forehand. See, she doesn't tee that one up. Just got to move that serve around, but there is the first set. Great job.
Game. Morgan, Sikora. They win the first set, 6-2.
We will be back in just a moment with the second set after these messages right here on the APTA Network,
2 minutes,
presented by eNet Live.
The world of Rolex is filled with stories of perpetual excellence. For Rolex and tennis, the tradition began in 1978 and has grown to include the most iconic majors and tournaments since, supporting the legends, champions, and rising stars committed to the future of the game. This is a story of perpetual excellence, the story of Rolex.
I play to be a role model in my neighborhood.
I play to be part of the team.
I play to be stronger than my brothers.
I play to channel my energy in a positive way.
I play because the field is where I shine. I play to be a part of something bigger than myself.
I play to stay healthy. I play to feel powerful.
I play to win.
Welcome back to the APTA Grand Prix Series. We are about to start the second set of this quarterfinal round match between the top seeds, Roxy Enica and Laura Berendt, and the unseeded team of Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora, who took the first set. So, Brad, what do Enica and Berendt have to do here to turn this match around?
Well, you can see Enica doing it right now. She hit 2 lobs there, and I think she hit 2 lobs the whole first set. So she hit 2, not only just lobs, but high lobs. So I think they're looking to maybe play a little less error-prone paddle
Love
and going
15.
for any shot they see. You know, and that was a perfectly played point where they moved him off the net. Then she just finished it with a dipper while she's off the net. They really just kind of blasted the ball in the first set and missed a bit. You're going to see them, you know, tighten up. They're still going to hit their balls, and they did in that point. But the last set was really all drives and not a lot of play. I think that ball was long because Berendt could have chased it down, I think, if it was
15
in.
all.
Nope. I guess it was good. Surprised she stopped. She must have got caught off guard there. So 15 all. But Morgan and Sikora played great. Sikora was crushing her backhand one after another, hitting transitional forehand. Morgan hitting great returns, and they were just steadier, more solid. And there's a loose error from Enica again. Good shot from Morgan.
30-15.
But they're going to have to basically, what we say, tighten this whole thing up. Get in position, hit shots with thought, play balls to certain parts of the court, you know, that aren't going to allow Morgan and Sikora to just blast it, especially Sikora's backhand. Great shot.
And maybe not expect that, you know, any one shot is going to win the point. To
Right.
recognize that they're going to have to play series of shots.
Yeah, that's a great point there. Really good point. Because that's what happens. Oh, Sikora goes for the big, hard overhead at Enica and hits it
30
long.
all.
That one I know was long. There you go.
That one she almost hit Enica.
Yeah,
She would have won the point.
You know, the purpose really was to hit it hard at her body. Not to hit her, but to
right.
force her into an error, really. And it is a legitimate play. And see, a drive should have a purpose. I'm not sure what
40-30.
that one is. Morgan's right on the net. The ball's not higher than the net. That's just hitting a drive to hit a drive. The right play would be to lob it down the line there. But, ooh. Take that break. See if they can
Deuce.
feed off it. Wow, what a spotted drive there from Enica. Puts
Advantage
that right
for
off her
Enica.
right hip. Terrific shot. That's a great return.
Game. Enica, Berendt. They win the first game of the second set.
It's
Morgan
funny
Sikora
how
won the first set 6-2.
one ball here or there makes such a difference. You know, when they're closing out that game in the last set, you had Morgan hit that ace from a let cord serve that drops in. There in that game, you know, Sikora and Morgan are up 40-30, but she faults. That gets them right to the deuce, and then you see 2 amazing shots from Berendt and Enica. That's platform tennis, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the way the game is. There's
Turns on a dime and one missed ball here or there. Or just one change in strategy or how you're looking at the points. That was a really good start from Berendt and Enica. I like the fact that Enica also lobbed a few balls. Berendt did as well. Oh, great off-pace forehand from Sikora. Nice. Good drop shot there.
good recognition of where Berendt was,
Love
and
15.
nice time to drop it.
Absolutely. She's on her heels in the backcourt. Ooh.
She moved sideways instead of into that
15
ball, but
all.
her eyes got wide when she saw that backhand in the middle of the court, and I don't blame her. She loves to hit it, and if they're going to give it to her, she's going to hit it.
Oh, yeah. Her eyes get wide anytime she
Yeah.
sees a backhand, I think. That's a great return from Morgan. She's
15,
dialing in
30.
that forehand low.
takes it early and hits down on it.
That's another great rip from Sikora.
15-40.
Still would like to see her move that serve down the tee more. I mean, try to get it to her forehand. Now, Sikora has a pretty good forehand, but I definitely feel like the middle of the court is a little bit
30,
safer place
40.
for Enica and Berendt to hit it.
Definitely, we said that all match last match.
Low, solid down the middle. Don't get anything that pops up too much. Make them work to the back, scream into the center, and then you get the right ball go behind them when you're playing into the screen. Nice. That's a good ball. She's going to hit that. Well done. Enica with a great get, but a perfect play from Sikora.
Game, Morgan, Sikora. Games are 1-all, second set.
Good point from Morgan and Sikora. They really set up that drop shot winner with good court position.
Yeah, Morgan did a couple of things in that point. She didn't finish it out that were really exceptional that you don't always see. Great shot there by Berendt. She took a block lob off the deck quickly and pushed sort of a medium height low lob fast up over Berendt, knocked Berendt off the net. And Berendt, instead of going for a traditional more like slow push that gets you back into the court, she went for a high roller. And, then Sikora basically came up, but they smashed the ball through him. Or actually, I think it was Morgan hit the next one. Then they took over the net.
Right.
But it all started with the quick lob. I think it was just wide.
Just wide.
Correct.
Confirmed by the umpire, Rob Laboon.
15-30.
See that sun slowly fading away. There was a big glare on the court. The sun hasn't played any factor today. That's wide. Still more lead cords, so that means still a ton.
30-all.
There's just no explanation for that. Why would there be so many more in this match? It doesn't make sense.
I just think it's the first cold day of the year.
Yeah.
People got it. These players are so good.
There's
They're
another one.
calibrated, to a certain way, but usually you adjust. Oh, so smart. Recognizes her off the net, dinks it, and then blitzes behind.
40-30.
What a really smart play there from Morgan.
Sorry.
Game, Morgan, Sikora. They lead 2-1, second set. They won the first set 6-2.
Great job there. A couple of little bit bad luck plays there. A couple of let cords that went out there from Enica and Berendt, but great recognition on some balls, from Morgan and Sikora. Morgan's playing some good ball there. Really good shot selection and choices. Not just bashing the ball, but placing it in certain spots on the court, taking a block lob when needed. And in case you didn't get more scenery, there was scenery. And inside that, there was also a subliminal message. You won't know what it means till later. But all right, here we go. So Berendt's a serve, down 1-2. Second set. Oh, what a dipper. Here she comes. Man, she is firing. And when Sikora hits that, Lauren, she just is moving forward, transitioning in, putting extra pressure on you. Now, one of the things you said that Bodman and Hayward did to come back in their match was start blitzing a ton.
Yep.
And it'd be interesting to see if Enica and Berendt start doing that, but mostly on the return. You're talking about they were returning and coming in, right?
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I didn't really think about what you said. Yes. Like on multiple points on every return game.
Right. So party to put like sort of an extra pressure. I think this might be a good time for
15,
Berendt and Enica to
30.
work a little positioning in. They're getting
Correct.
caught off the right hip, the left hip. Slide into real tight position. Make the guy hit the ball to the outside of the team. There you go. Well, Sikora was playing a dipper, but it stayed high.
30
And
all.
Berendt just slugged her with that. That's a good ball.
Anika's hitting that roller from so far back in the court.
That's the problem. I agree with you 100%. They should go and let some of these balls either drop a little and push them long and low, or to hit some more traditional shots that allow you to get back into the court. You know, because they're volleying, they're getting them off the service line volleying, and they're teeing them up a little. If anything, you would have to say there's more offense right now coming from Sikora and Morgan, and it's rarely a thing we ever. But look where she's volleying from.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
oh, what a
Jesus.
volley! Ridiculous volley. Yeah, but you can't count on winning points volleying like that all the time, because that's what's going to eventually happen. That's incredible
30,
playing there
40.
from Sikora and Morgan. They're moving the ball, pushing them off the net, and you got Enica and Berendt hitting hard overheads or rollers from way back in the court and getting caught off the net with the other team driving at
The
them.
thing is, Morgan and Sikora are handing those easily, and then
Not up.
Enica and Berendt don't have a plan B.
You're right.
Not yet, they don't.
Deuce.
Couple of great shots. It was a great drop volley there from Enica in that point. Oh, but it was a good look. She took too big a swing. All she has to do is dip that down a little late.
Advantage, Miss Burnt.
I love that block lob that Morgan is using. Pushing Berendt off the net. There it is again. Okay, well,
And
a
a
couple of
cut
misses, but
Each
the idea is
two
straight.
all.
She might have been
Second
quick on
set.
the trigger with that one.
Let's remember that game. That may
Yep.
have been a very pivotal game because Morgan and Sikora looked in control that game and could have taken a 3-1 lead. And now Enica and Berendt looked a little pumped up for the first time in this match and smiling.
Well, like anything else, you know, a couple of errors. Like Morgan took two backhands and missed them. An error here and there changes confidence in one team, adds confidence to the other team. Still like to see her play that moving
15
forward,
love.
taking, like you said before, an attack angle to the ball. She's actually backing up when she's
Backing
hitting
up and
that.
sideways, yeah.
Oh, great hands there from Morgan. Staying alive. Still a good
30
move from
love.
Enica. See, there's a good deep push overhead that you're seeing her use. Just keeping the ball deep, so even if she's driving it, that's a great drive there on the short ball. She's driving it from further back.
30-15.
Oh, what a
Wonderful
volley there.
first volley.
Incredible
40,
first
15.
volley. Paddle completely still. She gets down with the ball. Beautifully done. She's honing
40,
in now a
30.
little bit. It's two great backhands from Berendt. Oh,
She sort of half bailed.
Deuce.
She should have let that ball go through, but it might have been too low anyway.
it was a tough one. Great way to get back to deuce there from Berendt and Enica. 2 great returns. Nice follow-up from Enica. That's a good overhead. Oh, beautifully done. See, sometimes she's got that deep lob, and she's
Advantage,
got
Miss
Morgan.
Sikora.
How far was Morgan from the net there, Lauren?
I mean, an inch?
Yeah, she's on top. So as great as your drive can be, perhaps the better play would be to step in and hit a block lob over Morgan there, and then, you know, go for the drive on the next ball.
Yeah, drive does you no good there, as you saw.
Well, it's about where it's hit to or how you think about it, right?
Out of
Oh.
play.
Oh,
All
wow,
right.
it's a cold
Deuce.
day to hit a ball out like that.
Surprised to see that. So is Sikora, apparently. She's still standing there in disbelief in the center like, I can't believe I did that.
I think it's by the berry bush, Allison.
And Allison Morgan's going out to get there. I wonder why the umpire doesn't get out of his chair, climb down
The
there,
first part.
you know, go get it, scale the fence, and get back up in.
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear you
No,
say
I
that.
thought
Brett.
it carried over to the other bush.
So, oh, here we are. Now I'll wave to everybody. Nice to see you. And there we go. Kelly on the side. And who do we got here? All right. But anyway, this might be a great time while we're getting this ball here to talk about our Grand Prix Tour. You know, the graphic maybe Kelly can bring up here that shows us the Grand Prix that are coming up. This is our second stop in the leg, and it's the 5 great tournaments that we have here in the APTA Tour. We just finished the Lake Invitational.
Allison.
About a
We're
month
a game
ago,
away from a
and
switch if
then
everybody agrees
after
on putting the
this,
ball
we
in
got the
play.
Midwesterns in Cincinnati. Yeah, it's tough to say. Followed by Boston, both in January, and then the Philly Open. All of them will be really people plugging to the end of the season, and we'll look forward to great tournaments in each one of them. All will be live stream, and we'll look forward to seeing all of you out there as well, all of you on the live stream.
Okay, we seem to have recovered the ball.
Deuce.
That was quite a mission. Oh,
Advantage, Miss Enica.
I think that might have been Sikora's first fault. All right. Break point here. Nika's been dipping the last couple of returns and looking for blitzes. Great volley.
She just stands very still on that volley. It's really nice to watch.
Technically, you know, Morgan and Sikora are playing much more of a paddle style volley than, say, compared to Berendt.
Well, Berendt really doesn't play paddle style volley at all.
At all, really. She's all forehand, backhand. If you'd have to say the spot to get her, it is catching her in that transition in the volleys.
She does it remarkably well, considering how many
Game.
forehand volleys
Enica burnt.
with kind of big swing she hits.
They lead 3-2, second set. Morgan
No.
Sikora won the first set, 6-2.
Great break. And here we're seeing maybe a little crack, you know, but it's just a little piece here and there. I think Morgan Sikora's still playing really well, but you had the bounce out of the court, then this little fault. And the
Yeah.
crack isn't so much that they're playing
someone ask
poorly
you for
or
the
have
lifetime
gotten off
lead?
script or they're, you know,
not
making
sure where
crazy
they are.
shots. They just missed a couple balls here and there. And this is, you know, this is going to be the tricky time.
My glasses anyway.
And while Enica and Berendt may not be playing the most technically smart or the most strategically smart match, they've definitely cut down on their errors. They're giving themselves a chance here.
Yep, you saw that in the first game when Enica took the first 2 balls she hadn't hit high
Wait
lobs
until the
with
end
them.
of this game then.
And I don't think she hit a lob, literally a lob
Here
in
comes
the
the
first
underhand
set.
serve.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea since if she's confident with it. Morgan's been crushing the high forehand, so it's a great idea. Keep the ball
15
lower.
love.
She looks very confident with it. Here we go again. Well, I mean, right? It's the kiss of death when you say
15
that about
off.
Of
someone's
course,
serve.
that's your fault, Lauren.
Yeah.
Oh, great get. Oh, and that's absolutely right. You know, Sikora should be playing
30,
that.
15.
And I think Morgan maybe could have given her a little bit of heads up, like ask for help. But definitely a ball that you should let your partner come when you get stuck over there in the corner. Wow, just out. But that's what that lower
40,
serve does.
15.
She can't drive it downwards, so the trajectory doesn't work for her. And what a
Game.
smart
Wow.
service game.
Wow, it's really working.
They lead 4 games to 2. Second set.
Well, you can see how it's coming,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah,
coming in low,
yeah.
so they can't hit down on it, and they both just try to drive it hard and flat still. And that one, actually, Morgan wasn't sure what she was doing with that one. All right, 2-4. Great job there from Berendt and Enica, and a great strategy move there. I love it. Okay.
This is when Morgan's going to
Love
have to tighten it
15.
up here. This second set's going to be over in a second.
What's interesting about that is she got Morgan and Sikora in the backcourt. They've been playing with Sikora in the ad side the whole time, yet they play that point deciding that Morgan's going to stay back. And yet they're not used to playing those sides with each other. Maybe they should
Yeah.
switch back.
Foot
And
fault.
oh,
We saw quite a
Love
few of those in
30.
the last match.
and those players are warned beforehand about the call for a foot fault. And just so we're all clear on that, you're not allowed to step into the court before you make contact with the serve. And I think Morgan moves her back foot, you can see there, forward, and she moved it into the court on the last one. So it's a nice break there for Enica and Berendt. That's the same ball we saw the miss last time. Great job by Sikora. Nice.
That's just a little too much off the back foot.
Love 40.
A little bit. She made 1 or 2 of those in the first set, but the ball's starting to get lower
Yeah,
now. They're
yeah.
not popping them up as much, which is a huge deal for Enica and Berendt. Keep the ball lower in the strike zone. Sikora's awesome at driving the ball. She's pretty awesome with the backhand, period. But when the ball gets up, she hits it down. That's out.
Ball is long. Game. Burnt
Great job
Enica.
from Berendt
They
and
lead
Enica.
5 games to 2. Second set. Morgan Sikora won the first set 6 games to 2.
So, Lauren, you see a couple of changes from Enica Berendt. The smart low serves there from Enica. You see just a couple of cracks. You know, more in the armor. I wouldn't say Sikora and Morgan are out of it, but just cracks in the armor. So let's talk about one of our sponsors, Viking Athletics. Viking Athletics is the premier brand and is the undisputed leader in platform tennis. Viking is platform tennis. The Viking Extra Duty Platform Ball has been the #1 selling ball in the industry for the last 20 years. It is the official ball of the APTA, of the APTA Nationals and President's Cup, and of the Grand Prix Tour.
Ball was deep.
Serve was
Love
out there on the
15.
first point, love 15. And they went right away to an I formation, or Australian against Allison Morgan. That's dangerous hitting that high one, but
Guess it dropped in.
Love 30.
great shot. Again, it all started by getting her off the net, the short overhead, then the drive at the feet, then the short ball. Score comes, gets a let court winner. Enica trying to volley offensively
Love
there.
40.
Love 40. Oh!
How?
I mean, a lot of let cores. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a couple there.
Game, Morgan Sikora. Enica lead 5 games to 3. Second set.
Berendt's like, come on, another one? And this one's going to hit me in the face?
It is what it is. They earn them. Yeah, anytime you get a let cord, it always feels unfair when you're out there, but the guy driving the ball earns that shot. Wow.
I
Ooh.
saw it wide.
Oh, confirmed. That was a close one. Good
Love,
job. Great
15.
eyes there by Berendt.
Oh, she did such a good job
Love,
of
30.
handling the blitz there and getting their opponents back. Only to miss that one.
Oh, she teed that
Love,
one
40.
up. Great shot. Now, if you had to serve, would you serve to Berendt's backhand or to her forehand?
I don't know. I would try to serve deep.
Game, Enica. They win the second set, 6 games to 3. Another 2-minute break, ladies.
Great job.
Okay, we're going to have a third set for you. We'll be back in just a moment after these messages right here on the APTA Network, presented by Enet Live.
It's a 60-year love affair, as passionate as the day it began. It's where the dream and the reality are one and the same. It's safety in its most exhilarating form. It is the 2020 E-Class, the quintessential Mercedes-Benz, made new all over again. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
The world of Rolex is filled with stories of perpetual excellence. Since 1990, the Solheim Cup has elevated women's golf. Team USA challenges Team Europe, upholding the traditions of sportsmanship and teamwork. As the women's game grows, the Solheim Cup will continue to shape its future. This is a story of perpetual excellence, the story of Rolex.
Welcome back to the APTA Grand Prix Series. We are about to begin the final set of this quarterfinal round match between the top seeds, Laura Berendt and Roxy Enica, and the unseeded team of Allison Morgan and Charlotte Sikora. Morgan and Sikora won the first set, and Enica and Berendt came back and won the second set, and Roxy Enica is starting the third set serving. Let's see if she keeps serving underhand, Brad, which works so well for her by keeping the ball low.
It was a great change. She is going to go to it, and it works so well because it stopped letting, Sikora and Morgan drive the ball downward. The ball staying lower in its contact point. That's dangerous overhead. But
15
what we're
love.
seeing now is basically a tale of two sets. Sikora didn't miss that in the first set. She's missed 3 or 4 of them now. The cracks have shown just a little in the sort of Morgan and Sikora armor. That's a nice move. But they've started making a few errors. And they've had some good plans like that.
all.
When they lob, get them off the net, and then finally get them behind the net when basically Enica and Berendt overhit an overhead or go for a tough overhead from further off the court, they've been able to drive it at them and have a lot of success.
15-30. Deep. 15-40.
Ooh,
Game, Morgan Sikora. They win the first game of the third set.
that's a good start there from Morgan Sikora. A couple of little balls there. If you had to drive it, though, when they're at the net, I think they've been going more at Berendt, it seems, when they're at the net. And they put some good pressure on when they are hitting those drives. Love how they've been doing that. Great volley. just wide.
She tried to hit it around the net player, which is very hard to do. She almost got away with it, but
Love
so much
15.
pressure Enica puts when she comes forward. She knows if she doesn't hit a good shot, her only other option is to hit a lob volley and retreat. Goes for the hard overhead.
15 all.
it's a little lucky because Berendt really had a good play on that. She just didn't execute it.
Yep,
She was there.
Just missed it, but tracked it down easily. But Sikora did it right too. She hit it and then she left the net, meaning even if Berendt makes it, she'll play the rest of the point from the backcourt. Won't give her a target to hit at. Just curious, how many forehands have you seen Roxy play in the middle of these points?
Not a lot.
Yeah, she's not getting any.
Yeah.
They're doing a good job. They're picking a spot where they want to
30,
go with this.
15.
And look, there's firepower all over the court there. But they're not giving Enica forehands
Yeah, she's
outside
not
of the
getting
return of serve.
to hit that inside-out forehand that she likes so much, or any forehands really.
She's getting that one, and then we're not seeing anything else. See? One after another. There was one, but that's going to work.
Good job of scrambling there in the corner by Berendt.
Oh, so athletic, but great job with Sikora and Morgan.
40, 15.
Great job. Now we should know the last score we got. We'll let everybody know. Dardish and Shea were down 4-2 in the first set. Wow, she just unloaded that backhand that
40,
was giving you the
30.
score.
Yeah.
We're not sure what it is right now, but we'll get that score there as well. So Prop and Spiz were up 4-2 in their quarterfinal match against Dardish and Shea. And that's our number 2 seeds, Dardish and Shea, against the number 5 seeds, Prop and Spiz.
Allison Morgan doing a good job protecting herself.
Out of the play.
Oh, another one.
Deuce.
She's definitely deciding
Thanks,
this is a
Jackie.
play she's going to use. You know, the hard overhead, make them hit a drive on the run. She'll bail off the net. See if you can catch them in transition with a drive. That's a tough one when you're moving back. You got to be accurate with that shot, and there's the reason why. There is a danger of popping the ball out of the court. It's funny, no one really used that shot for years. It got popularized by Johan Durant. Brian Uline used it a little bit, but mostly spin it. And people do use it as a tactic time to time. Nice shots.
They're really
Advantage, Miss
hitting
Sikora.
very purposeful volleys and overheads, Morgan and Sikora. Very smart.
Oh, overplayed that one.
Deuce.
Deuce. I think Berendt's going to tee this one up. She gets in her wheelhouse. Goes right at her. That's what I thought she was going to do, but
Advantage, Miss
good
Sikora.
idea from Morgan to get out of the way. If you can't handle the volley, you can always track it down off the back.
And the added bonus of maybe it'll go out like that one.
Oh, this is a
Deuce.
great close. She cut it off well, but that dipping ball of Enica, just tough to handle. Wow, Such great touch
I
there
mean,
from Sikora.
right, there was not, the same as that other point, just not a lot of room to get away from Enica there, and she managed to control the volley and do it.
Yeah, again, we're not seeing a single forehand. They're sort of icing out Enica here. Not seeing a single forehand for Enica, and even that's still not a forehand. Using it just to change the look in the point. Otherwise, right in there. And Berendt just keeps hitting. She gets that one. Great job.
On a left court, of course.
Advantage, Miss Enica.
That was like 10 drives in a row, I think. It's pretty impressive. That's a great shot.
Game burnt, Enica. Games are 1-all, third set.
That's a great play. Great break there from Berendt and Enica. A couple of, again, little things happened in there. The overhead over the court, isn't that? But I like the fact that you can see a plan in shape. But, you know, dealing with the Berendt backhand's no easy thing either.
No, I mean, I thought that Sikora and Morgan played a very good game. And
15 love.
They just didn't execute a couple balls, and maybe they could have thrown a little more variety in there. But it is a plan. That's out. She hasn't quite gotten over the top of that backhand. It's like a half of a commitment on everyone that I've seen her miss. She's not really releasing that head and taking it early enough. That's a good rip there.
30-15.
when she gets it early and she's stepping into it, it's when it's a little deeper and she's not quite as sure of it.
Wow. What
a volley.
It's incredible. Just wide. What a play there from Berendt. She's so athletic.
She can make some amazing volleys coming in on the service line, you know?
She makes incredible volleys. I mean, some of it's just all instinct. It's not like it's a technical thing, you know. In fact, you would say it's not a technical thing. She just relies on her incredible athleticism. Oh, what a spot there. That's a great ball from Sikora, recognizing
40-30.
Enica a little bit out of position, not on the line. So we got another score in the last one, and Dardis and Shea are down 5-3 in the first set. So Prop and Spiz are up there, just one game away from that first set. But we all know how tough Dardis and Shea are.
That's right where they want to be. Down.
Exactly right, isn't it?
Set.
All right, great game there from Berendt and Enica.
We saw Enica give a little yell to fire them up. They're
Sorry, ladies. New ball. Allison. New ball. Yep. Head up, Roxy.
She got it right in the head there, the ball. Just bonked her in the head as they're switching balls here.
Right on the noggin.
I think Morgan's hitting it back and throwing it over there. Just people like to hit that new ball a little bit, get a feel for it.
You want to hit one, Allison, or you got? Okay.
All right.
She's ready to go.
Oh, so good. Same plan.
That's so solid up there, the two of them.
Same plan. There it is, though. That's 6 drives in a row from Berendt and Enica. It's amazing. And
love 15.
As much as those guys are volleying great, they just finally found a spot to hit it. So awesome job from Berendt and Enica. All right, starting to hone in. Let course the other way. Great job. Love 30.
Love 30.
What's so funny about this, it's hard to get. You would say, why don't they just hit the ball to the screen and make them play? You don't get screens
Without
if the other
lobs.
guys don't lob, right? It's not easy to hit the ball in their screen if they're only driving every ball. Oh, look at that.
She's gotten 2 of those.
15-30.
That's awesome. I'll take it. Gosh, so good. So much firepower. See a switch in the backcourt, and they're still finding now the same place they want to hit it,
Yeah.
right? You're still not seeing Enica get a forehand. They're switching back again. A little late on that switch. Oh, great get, and nothing's going to change.
Wow, that went in.
Great
What a shot
job.
by Berendt.
Good cut overhead. That's going to be driven
Yeah.
and passed.
I mean, Morgan handles that really, really, really well. She's not the person
30
you
all.
want to mess around with that hard ball into the back screen.
Yeah. See, that's where I think Enica's trying to hit a spin. She's trying to make the ball affect, but it's not moving enough to make a difference. And really, like you said, it's just a hard ball to the back screen. So it was actually quite a pretty easy drive for Morgan. She just cleaned it up, did a great job with it.
40-30.
This would be a huge hold. Love it. Great shot. That's one of those
Deuce.
things where she does the transition ball and drives it off the back screen while her partner's moving back. And in that case, she got burned because Enica stuffs the volley back at Sikora. She can't handle it. The traditional play would be to lob it to give your partner time to get back, but every now and then you take calculated risks.
Darda Shea won the game. They're now down 5-4 to Prop and Spiz.
Well, I don't have to even ask. I know you won't be surprised to see them come back and win another set for the, what, 8,623rd time? One of the all-time great teams. That's a great ball into the nick.
Ooh.
Good try from Morgan, but a great shot from Enica. And for those of you out here,
Advantage
she's
with Enica.
aiming for the nick there. She's aiming for the crease. She's hitting it hard, letting the ball drop, rolling it, hitting it hard, low, and long. So it's a tough ball to block. And then when it gets in the crease, it's a tough ball to handle. She saw Spiz hit Dardis with an overhead. And the backcourt rolled it right at her hard and fast.
Deuce.
Enica got her forehand there.
Yeah, she did. And then she gets her blitz behind it and takes care of business. Great
Advantage,
job.
Miss Enica.
All right, 3 set points for Darda Shea.
For Prop and Spiz,
yeah.
All right.
Foot fault.
Oh, I hate to see it. You know, it's
Game
funny.
Burnt Enica.
I literally
They lead
was in the
3
top of my
games to
head
1.
saying to
Third
myself, I
set.
wonder if Morgan's forgotten about that
Right.
football call. She brings her right foot
All the
well
way
up.
forward.
She's got to stand 7-8 inches behind that baseline, and it is in play. Wow, how about that? Incredible.
Love 15.
What
How
was the
sad that
over-under on let courts? On net
Who knows?
courts on
Because
this
we
one?
haven't been counting. How sad that we didn't start counting at the beginning. There has to be at least 15,
Oh, yeah.
at least.
I thought there were 15 in 1 point.
Yeah, maybe. Right.
Did she make that? That
Wow.
is one heck of a shot there from Morgan.
Love 30.
She holds it, hits it with one hand. She
Yeah.
hasn't hit anything with one hand the whole game. and just pushes it down there
Love
for
40.
winner. Love 40. Great job to jump out to this lead.
Game, Morgan, Sikora. Berendt,
Great
Enica
break.
lead 3 games to 2. Third set.
So Darda Shea lost the first set. Our second seeds lost the first set to Wendy Spiz and Heather Prop. I think we'll probably see a lot more paddle there. Nice to see so many close 3-set matches.
A lot of tight matches. You know, some interesting teams out there. We're talking about the other round of 16 match, you know, where Hanish and Gio played together. They haven't played together much. You know, it's never that simple when you come up with a new partner to find out exactly where your offense is going to come from, where you want to hit the lob to set up certain balls. And as a consequence, you know, I didn't get to see a lot of that match because I was watching some others. As a consequence, it's hard to find your offense or find the right shot you want to hit. And I heard they just couldn't put a lot of pressure actually on Elliott, you know, and Rodesno. And it just became like a battle out there. And, you know, I heard from others they just didn't lob well enough to set up any points. That's great volleys, kept it low.
15 love.
Anika had to run all the way onto the due side of the court to get a forehand.
Well, you know, some of that strategy plays into you, too. If you don't get a lot of balls, and Anika hasn't seen that many outside of the first ball, that's too good. They're going to have to get off. When Anika comes forward, she's working at about a 75% clip, probably winning 3 out of 4 points. And she's one of the best in the game at that. You know, but she hasn't seen that many balls, so when she finally sees it, she's probably apt to, you know, go for her shot, feeling sometimes like you're not going to get another.
Yeah, when you get iced out, that's how you feel.
30,
You feel like,
15.
I got to hit this one because God knows when I'm going to see it again.
Oh, wow. So good, that shot. Just a little block lob.
Very hard to control that roller
30
off the
all.
deck.
Great job there. Incredible kind of athletic block lob there from Berendt. Driving him off the net. Beautiful shot. See, Anika, she's taken that ball that she knows she shouldn't take.
40, 30.
And it's because she's feeling that need to hit more balls.
And she loves to be able to step into that forehand on the diagonal and hit it inside out. But that one, she's falling sideways and away, and that's because it's the only ball she can get.
Yeah, I 100% think that's why. It's exactly the cause. Oh, so good coming forward. Again, you cannot. Yeah. She keeps trying to touch volley. She's done it a few times, but I think sometimes the percentage play might be just to lob volley it and run away. It's tough. She's so good in transition. Probably one of the best in the game for sure, if not the best. That's just a great, great shot there. Perfect pace.
Advantage, Miss Sikora.
Nice spot.
Deuce.
Morgan moved to the middle a little because the serve went up the tee, and she finds that perfect spot off her right hip. Great shot there from Anika.
Another excellent lob by Berendt.
That's too good. See, she's a little bit of a net hawk. Enica loves to move
Advantage,
around up
Miss
there.
Enica.
You cannot, players who move like that, you got to be super careful with your off-pace drive because they just are looking for it. And there you see her just pick it off and drop it for a winner. Great job there from
Enica.
Berendt and
They
Enica.
lead 4 games to 2, third set.
Wow, that was a big game.
It was. A lot of back and forth, and you know, Morgan Sikora played it the way they wanted to. Just didn't get a ball here or there, didn't quite execute one. A couple of great spotted drives. Oh, that's beautiful. What I love about this is you see
Love
Morgan
15.
and Sikora keep playing the way they want to play. And actually, quite frankly, you're seeing the same from Enica and Berendt too. They're playing the way they want to play. Oh.
Love 30.
That's a great, that's the return. She's just been all over
Love
all match.
40.
She can just come right down on that forehand.
Crushing it. Those hands. The hands
Another
from
score.
Berendt are amazing.
Another
15,
quarterfinal
40.
score. Macy Elliott and Marcela Rodezno won the first set from Highland Tunaru.
Tunaro's a relatively new player to the game, and she's a talented player. That's good match there.
Game, Morgan, Sikora. Burnt Enica lead 4 games to 3, third set.
Another one of our great sponsors is Uline. Uline is the leading distributor of shipping industrial and packaging materials to businesses throughout North America. They ship over 2.5 million boxes every day, but they are so much more than a box company. More than 32,000 quality products are always in stock and ready to ship. Outstanding customer service means they're here when you need them, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uline, the best selection, products, and people for an unforgettable customer experience. Got a little tongue-tied there, Lauren.
Understandable.
Yeah. Oh!
Not up.
Now, so we have the umpire up there. You can
15
hear him
love.
say not up when the ball bounces that second time. He's making the calls. In a traditional match, the player trying to get the ball makes that call as to whether it's they've gotten it or not. Holy cow.
Wait, is that a record? 3 of
Two-
those
That's
in one
4.
match?
Well, the other was off
30
the volley,
love.
so that's
Yeah,
3.
no, I mean the 3 off the serve.
I wouldn't know. I would have to think 3's not enough. That can't be the record, but
That's a
in a
lot.
big quarterfinal, I don't remember calling a match with 3 let cord ace serves.
Right, not like a let cord where you could then hit it back. 3 unreturnable
Right.
let cords.
Sort of jumped on that one. Technically,
30,
very
15.
good Sikora and Morgan on their volleys. Just didn't stay down through that one. Sort of jumped up. I think the spin from Berendt bothered her there. Oh, great shot. She's using that hard overhead right at the body.
40-15.
Morgan especially has had very good awareness of when to hit what shot today.
You know, that right there, that particular ball is a perfect time for it. It's a mid-level lob. It's not high. She's close enough to the net where it looks like she's going to hit a roller or something that goes at the crease, and then she just, at the last second, bashes it right at her.
Another quarterfinal score. Nuslak and Prusis won the first set against Andrekova and Zabori. So another possible upset.
Yeah, I mean,
40,
Zabori's just
30.
back out on the court like a week or two ago, really. So that would be an upset, but I wouldn't be surprised based on the lack of play and just the skill of Nuslak and Prusis and what I've saw. And I have to assume this year it'll be more so. I mean, Prusis and Nuslak, they crushed.
Yeah.
They can hit great balls in the backcourt. Prusis was still very raw in the screens.
Right, she really had to learn the screens as
Right.
at Nationals last year. But I'm sure she has.
And if she has, that's a very dangerous team. I would not have been surprised
Deuce.
to see that team move through to a semi at all.
Football.
Oh, Lord. There we go. She's going to have
Advantage,
to
Miss
eventually
Enica.
deal with that back foot. She moves it forward a good 6 to 8 inches. If you watch her serve, and look at Allison Morgan. Look, she's going to stay a good foot behind the base. Watch her right foot come forward. And I swear that was almost right on the line. Missed it long.
It's out.
Deuce.
That was huge miss there from Berendt. That would have given them 5-3 up. Good play, though. Can't argue with the strategy. She had the ball right on her racket.
God, she's close every time with that foot.
She really is. But that's not the one, though. The high forehand there. That's a great shot. Great play from Morgan.
Advantage, Miss Morgan.
And if you're
Spun
going
around
to do it,
yeah.
I think you bail. You leave the net. Don't let them pass you with the drive there.
I don't think Enica's used to people handling that shot so effortlessly.
Well, year after year, the women are getting better at it.
Yes,
We've seen
definitely.
it, be a real difference maker in matches, and clearly Gabby Nicolescu's used it to massive effect in many of her championships. But slowly but surely, people start to catch up and start to learn how to play it.
Game. Morgan, Sikora. Games
That was
are
a great hold by
4-all,
Morgan. She kept
third
her
set.
cool with
Love
those
it.
foot faults.
That's awesome. Great hold. Just a point away from 5-3 were Berendt and Enica. Now it's 4-all.
You see Enica's gone back to the overhand serve.
Wow, what a great shot.
Love 15.
I don't know that she's fully comfortable yet with the underhand serve or not.
Well,
I'm
it
not
seemed
sure.
in that first game she hit all good ones, and it seemed like wow. But then she struggled
I
with
saw
it
the ball
after.
good.
Yeah.
No, I saw the ball good. 15-all.
All right, so I think it was called out, overruled by the umpire, 15-all. Wow. Oh, such a good placement there.
15-30.
Oh, what a
Beautiful.
transition ball from Enica.
30.
We see that type of play on the men's side all the
Yeah.
time, but it's sort of few and far between on the women's side. And she would be, again, in transition, she's probably the best in the game. On the women's side, yep. Now you saw Berendt and Enica actually switch at the net that time. So that you can get Enica hitting more overheads. Oh. I love how Morgan is using the block lobs to keep them off. Twice now, I thought she could have driven the ball and she lobbed it, but kind of in a surprise way. Love that tactic. Smart. Oh. Well, there goes the danger of the moving player. They're not playing specific position.
30, 40.
And you see Berendt clearly thinking
Yes.
Anika's getting that ball, and she can't reach it, and then Berendt has no shot at the volley.
But what tremendous defense by Morgan and Sikora to stay in that point.
I think Morgan and Sikora did that beautifully.
Game.
And now
Morgan, Sikora. They lead 5-4. Third
Now they're
set.
serving for the match.
they are serving for the match. You heard it right there from our umpire, Rob Laboon. Up 5-4, and great game. There were a couple of balls there that Morgan could have driven, but she chose a quick block lob. I think that has been one of the underrated plays in the match. It's not the kind of thing you see, that shows up in a stat sheet, so they say.
Not
You know,
flashy.
but what a difference that kind of shot can make. It steals time from your opponent. Oh, here's the big, huge one that she's running around, and bam. Speaking of spinning shots, too, maybe if we have any more time in this one, but this is going to be a nail bite at the end. Roxy Enica was featured on SportsCenter's top 10 plays with a huge backhand flick overhead. Very cool shot. If we hit a moment, we'll show it to you. Sikora very nonplussed with her eye. I love it. She's calm, sort of a two-hander.
She stays low and still.
Super solid. And she takes it off her right hip and just sort of moves it to the inside. There you go. We'll see it. Enica getting no forehand. She's getting that one, though. But she moved to the right spot of the court there.
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But you gotta feel
love.
like she's feeling the pressure, or the like. This is my ball.
This is it.
Right. I gotta hit this one. And that one was there. I mean, I got no problem with her hitting that. She was moving forward. She's into the court. She was looking for it. Taking a second here. I love it. Ooh. Well, she's still winning 3 out of 4 of those. That's just one of those balls.
30,
low.
love.
Not the easiest shot to execute. 2 points from the match. Smart bail by Sikora.
Wow, that one was there for her.
30, 15.
She's pulled it out. I can't even say it was a bad shot or choice. Just missed it. Did that go in? I think
40,
it did.
15.
Another ace from a let cord. That was number 4. Incredible.
Wait, to give her team 2 match points.
2 match points. And Berendt is still going to rip this. There's no such thing as like stay and just lob 1,000 balls and don't miss. They're going to play their game.
There it is.
That is game set, and match. And
Morgan,
just a great
Sikora,
play from
6-2, 3-6,
Sikora and Morgan.
6-4.
And clearly between the two teams out there, Lauren, they had a strategy and a plan. I don't know that you could say the same. And they executed, and they stayed with it. And even more so, you know, outside the first set. I think the first set was just a little loose from Berendt and Enica. But outside of that, you could see their plan. Give Enica no forehands. If you're going to hit it, it's a side screen shot to her backhand. And then every volley, right back, right back. Now, they got burned some of the time, but they thought it was a lesser of 2 evils, and they thought it was the best way to give them the best percentage chance to win. And they won.
They won. Hats off to Morgan and Sikora. They played a great match. They deserve to win.
All right, I think we're going to flip it over now, actually. You're going to get some bonus coverage, incredibly. And we got Prop and Spiz winning the first set out there against Dardis and Shea. So this is just a battle royale. And we're going to come over to that one. And there you go, Amy Shea. Let's introduce our players quickly on the court. On the far side, just missing that forehand volley was Amy Shea.
Love 15.
Her partner, Cynthia Dardis, in the black vest on the far side. And on the bottom right of your screen is Heather Prop. Great two-handed backhand, super solid, smart player.
Solid. Yep.
And her partner, Wendy Spiz, on the left side, who hits monster forehands. Less so on the backhand. Spiz is more about the forehand, right? So the center of the court here
15
is
all.
a very dangerous place from Dardis and Shea. You got a great backhand in Heather Prop and a huge forehand in Wendy Spiz. But I'm sure Dardis and Shea know exactly. And you got one of the best overheads, I think, in the women's game.
Yeah, she really keeps it low.
Yeah, she can
hit
hit
nice and low. She can do lots of things with it, and she places it perfectly, and she can hit the ball in the crease over and over.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's probably outside of those overheads you see where people are smashing it into the screen or hitting the hard roller. She
30,
hits the
15.
perfect overhand, like slight cut, low placement ball that just sort of gives you nothing and works you over.
Yeah, this is not the first game of the second set. We have to get a game score here.
Return
40-15.
just long from Spiz.
$40-30.
If you had to say who's the grittiest team on the women's tour, who would be the grittiest team, do you think?
Well, I think it would have to be Dardis and Shea because they just
Game,
come
Dardis
back
Shea,
from
they
being
lead
down all the
4-3
time.
second
Now,
set. Prop Spiz won the first.
So there we got our score. Dardis Shea are up 4-3 in the second. Now, obviously, that was a leading question
Yes.
for you, Lauren. And I wanted you to say Dardis Shea, but it is, they just are always gritty. Winning or losing, you can never tell if they're winning
no.
or losing.
Same
You know, they're
temperament.
just plugging away and moving through and showing grit point to point, ball for ball. You know, never not competing until the last ball. It's amazing stuff.
Love 15.
Embarrassingly enough, Jerry and I once played Dardis Shea. One of the many times we played them, we were up 5-love, 40-love in the first
Love
set.
30.
And lost it. That's
Well,
impressive.
That's well, it's been, you know, just so you know, I'm sure it's been done before. Yeah, or maybe not. Who knows? Who knows?
But they never give up. That's what I
No,
mean.
that's
I mean,
for
it's,
sure.
you know, there was no such thing as being out of that set.
All right, so I believe it's love 30 in this game. We had 2 faults from Spiz to start this game. And again, one more quick time. Wendy Spiz is at the net, on the right side of the net, and that's Heather Prop hitting that overhead. Cynthia Dardis with the orange paddle in the backcourt, and her partner Amy Shea. Do we know who our umpire in the chair is? So we can find that out. He did a great job calling the score out for us. See, and you look at these moves and you watch the different styles and the different way the teams play, Lauren. And, you know, just completely a 180 from what we see from before from Berendt and Enica.
Much slower, much more deliberate.
Right. And what are the shots Dardis and Shea are looking to set up?
Well, they're looking to set up Amy Shea's backhand, or her forehand really, because she can really put the ball wherever she wants with a drive. Very precise. They're looking to set up a blitz.
15-30.
I feel like Dardis and Shea have 2 kind of setup things. You know, at the net they're looking to set up some of Dardis's drop shots.
15-30.
And in the backcourt, you would say the primary offense comes more from Amy, although Cynthia can absolutely hit that high forehand and rip it from time to time.
She can, but for the most part she's lobbing and Amy's looking to move over.
Correct. All right, so 15-30. Three fault
15-40.
game. Tough to hold these. We'll see if she can do it. Prop is just a good heady player. I'm surprised I didn't see Amy look to tee that one up. Ooh.
30-40.
You will see teams use the hard overhead against Dardis. Try to get her moving in and out. A couple of years ago, she struggled defending that. And she has learned so well how to move up the line and hit that drive there.
Score is deuce.
That it's made a big difference.
Amazing job adjusting to that. When they played Enica, and I can't remember who Enica was playing with at the time, probably 4 years ago here. I mean, she just hit Dardis over and over and over, and Dardis had no answer for it. And then she learned how to counter it, and now she's quite good at it.
I see Spiz with a loose ball, and that's what Dardis will do to you. She lobs, and there you just see a couple of like flop probing forehands, and all of a sudden Spiz just pops one out. But she sets it up by the amount of lobs kind of versus drives, and she gets you to think, I'll be off the net because Cynthia's going to drive. I'll be off the net because, you know, Dardis is going to drive. And then she rolls it, moves it, and then once in a while she blasts it at you. So she keeps you sort of on this rope-a-dope kind of thing. But it's amazing. But we've seen this point a bunch of times. You'll see that. You see Amy just, if you watch her in the back right corner of the screen, she's just waiting, not expending too much energy. And you think almost she's starting to fall asleep. And then all of a sudden she just, boom, right out, and she's blasting a ball.
And what some people try to do when they see her sort of edging over is that. They'll try to hit it behind her. That happened to be an excellent shot. But if you aren't precise there, she'll just kill you.
She'll crush the backhand. Yep. But that was perfect ball there by Spiz.
How do you pronounce her name? Tunaru?
Tunaru.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hyland Tunaru won the second set. They split sets with Elliott and Rodezno.
Nice. Great job from them. Wow, back of the line. Now, I'm not sure who won the sportsmanship award last year on the women's side, but you'd always have to put Heather Prop right there. One of the nicest competitors. Great call. I think Spiz chose that
Advantage
drive. I'm not sure. Well, if she chose it, I'm going to say she shouldn't have. You know, and if she didn't, she just got fooled by the ball that sneaks off the screen, and that does happen from time to time. She clearly wasn't balanced to get that ball or hit a good shot. All right, another break point here for Dardis and Shea.
Score is deuce.
I think we would have already had like 7 or 8 leg cords by now, you know.
Yeah.
If we were in the other match, but there was one and it went out. The funny thing about that, there were some that went out as well in the other one, but a lot of them just in. Look at
I can't get over how many serve let cords there were. That
Advantage Shea.
4 aces off let cords is a lot. There's
all
no
from
question.
one team.
And they got one in the final game.
Yeah.
You know, they're serving out. Incredible. And that's where Amy Shea could have had that one, but Cynthia Dardis knew she couldn't track it down. She had to make a split-second decision to hit it or let it go. She just reacted. Great play, though, by Spiz. Should be lucky to get out of this game. 3 faults, couple loose balls. Good serve there.
Yeah, when she hasn't faulted, she's served very nicely.
Yeah. We've all been there. I've thrown in more than 3 fault games, you know, and held 5, 6 faults. That's just when you feel lucky, though.
Advantage Spiz.
I think Dardis tried to take the pace off there. Just didn't get it enough to get it over.
It looked like a confused shot to me without a lot of commitment, you know. Almost a last-second decision, like she was lobbing it and then she changed it up.
Good choice by Spiz to stay back there. Ooh,
Game, Prop Spiz. Score is 4-all. Second set, Prop Spiz won the first.
That was great hold from Spiz to get out of that game.
And a hold like that gives you so much confidence.
No. Nice
Love
little
15.
forehand there from Prop. You don't always see that. She sort of stuck it in. I almost felt like Amy was, whoa, little surprise there.
Surprised.
She popped that volley. Great shot. That's a great volley.
Cynthia volleys so well, even from far back.
Oh, great movement. And you see Spiz there. Couldn't
Love
get
30.
the first one, but she decides to stay up because she has such confidence in Prop hitting a low ball there and finishes that. Yeah, Cynthia Dartis volley's great. Does a good job taking pace off the ball.
Wide
All
ball.
right. Love 40.
Love 40.
Well, we just saw the 1 seeds go down. Could it be? It's too early to tell right now, but we're certainly knocking on that door, and that was out. Yeah.
And the 3rd seeds are out.
Game Prop Spiz. They lead 5-4, second set. They won the first 6-4.
It's been an unexpected day, and it's good to see so many teams being competitive here.
All right, so Heather Prop serving for the match here. Yeah, I got to go back there. I think she, ooh.
Did she
Yeah,
miss that?
I think she missed that. I was about to say
15 love.
It's hard to see from that particular angle, but the way the ball was traveling, I thought that was out. And it was such a surprising miss. But sometimes when there's no target to hit at, you just fly the ball. That's the tricky one, and beautifully done. Which she froze her.
30 love.
And then a little flat-footed there. Just got her. Great ball there from Heather Prop. 2 points. First seed gone. Second seed gone. And not yet, actually.
No,
But
3rd seed gone.
3rd seed gone, I meant. Second seed on the ropes right now. That's a rip. Nice ball there from Spiz.
40 love.
Triple match point. So what was your earlier prediction for this tournament, Lauren?
I'm not talking about it.
You're not talking about your early
no
prediction?
one will ever let me talk on the air again.
Where you predicted the top 4 seeds would easily run through to the semis? This is where you're going to see them just go into the mode of no miss. Don't end this match. Make the other guys win it. That's what I think I'm going to see from Dartis and Shea, but I think I'll see them hit a ball when
40-15.
the need arises. And Spiz, she was totally on that mindset. That ball wasn't even hard hit, but it completely fooled her. That's a great lob.
In the other quarterfinal match that's still going on, Nuslak and Pruzis and Andrekova Zabori are at 5-5 in the second set.
All right, so that's our 4th seed. Andrekova Zabori. And
Game,
there it is.
set,
Game,
match,
set,
Prop
match.
Spiz,
On a
6-4, 6-4.
ball up the middle. And,
Wow.
you know, great effort from Prop and Spiz. They had their plan, their thoughts. They knew they were going to make certain shots, try to beat him. Spiz hitting some great forehands when she needed them. And I can't say that Dartis and Shea looked sharp.
No.
You know, I mean, if we're going to say the other part of it, you know, but you didn't see Amy get a ton of looks. And Cynthia, when she was taking the drives, didn't seem fully committed to certain ones she was taking. So, great job.
Cynthia Dartis was out with a long time with the shoulder injury and shoulder surgery, and I was surprised at the Lake Invitational with how sharp she did look. So maybe this is a little bit of a settling back in. She just really hasn't played much.
Well, getting back into competition is always
Yep.
not the easiest thing. And we talked about it before. You know, you have Zabori and Andreikova, and Zabori right now, they're playing a tight match, and they're battling for their lives too. It's possible we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4 out of the semifinals, not one of them.
And Brad, if they split sets in that match, they're going to come over here, and you're going to have some bonus coverage of the third set of that match. So we're going to wait and see what happens there.
Perfect. Well, I'm happy to stay on the air and talk, or, you know, we'll go through it. But, you know, it's even funny. So you take a thing like that. You remember before we were saying how it's, you know, I don't think I've seen 4 aces off let cords before in a major match before, in a quarterfinal or a big match at a Grand Prix like this. And I think, I don't know if anyone can tell me if there's been a major Grand Prix tournament where all 4 of the first 4 women's seeds did not make it through to the semifinals. I would think that is 100% historical. I don't know that that's ever happened. Jerry is sitting here to her left. She doesn't have a mic on, but she's shaking her head no.
Well, definitely not in the Grand Prix. The Grand Prix have only been around for how many years?
Well,
definitely
forget
not.
even that. Forget that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the history of the game.
Yeah, no,
Pre-Grand Prix.
This would be a historic tournament for sure, one that we'll all remember. So we're waiting right now, just give you an update. I don't know if you told everybody.
Yeah.
If they do split sets on the far court, then we're going to ask if they will move over so we can bring some bonus coverage. There's also a third set battle on the other court. I think you told them about that as well.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we can't ask to move them over. I know that there's a lot of interest from the Country Club of Darien because they're pro. Yes. But they're already in the third set, and we just can't ask them to change courts in the middle of it. So we're going to take a quick break. We will update it on the screen, and if we don't come back for the next match, we will be live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with the women's semi-finals for a whole new lineup, which is going to be very exciting. And then we'll follow that with a women's final, and then we're streaming all day. We'll start the men's side of the draw and go through to the quarterfinals, and then back on Sunday morning at 9:30 with the men's semis, followed by the final. So we've got a lot of action to come. Brad?
Incredible stuff. And right now, I see we're getting bonus coverage of, where'd the football players go? We're getting bonus football coverage, which would be great. But great stuff, Jerry. Thanks for all that great info. If you can hang in with us, check back in a short while. We might have bonus coverage for you.
We'll put it up on the screen so everyone knows what's going. Thank you, Lauren. Great job. And the Enet guys.
Gentlemen, great work as always. Lauren, pleasure calling it with you.
Pleasure, Brad.
Take care, everyone.